Cincin, Napoli, Cincin. Aiza, Aiza, Aiza.
Aiza, Aiza,
Agala,
Aiza.
Gala, Gala.
Acala, cala, cala.
Accosta, Costa,
Costa, Costa, Costa.
A saluta nostra.
A saluta nostra.
Bravi.
10 years ago, I left my life in the US and started over, in my favorite place in the world, Rome. Today, I lead a bespoke travel agency and a life across Italy, Greece, and France, sharing curated escapes, timeless style, and the freedom to live on your own terms. If you are craving more than just travel, welcome. Subscribe and let's explore this beautiful world together, one unforgettable story at a time. For many couples, Positano is the epitome of a romantic destination in Italy, and the main reason they want to come to the Amalfi Coast. But besides choosing the town, deciding how to spend your time here becomes a lot less obvious than it looks on Instagram. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to show you the Amalfi Coast through the lens of someone who actually lives in Italy and runs a travel agency that designs bespoke trips here every single day. I'll share some of my favorite places to stay, restaurants, experiences, and corners of the coast that consistently become the highlights of our clients' trips and that definitely deserve a place on your Amalfi itinerary. Good morning, fabulous people. It's always a good morning when you wake up in Positano or the Amalfi Coast itself. Guys, what can I say? We woke up to the sounds of birds, church bells, the sea, and when you start your day like this, you know it's going to be a really, really good day. And we also try to be reasonable with our breakfast. You've seen all the options, so this is reasonable. This is what we consider reasonable.
Yeah, especially the pastry.
This is the most reasonable thing that we've got. But how could you resist? How could you resist this? But let me tell you, we could have gotten one each, but no, we
could have three each.
we could have had three each, exactly. But we said no. Let's be reasonable. So we decided to split this in two. So this is our pastry. This is not my pastry. This is our pastry. And guys, what can I say? I truly, truly hope for those of you who haven't experienced yet the Amalfi Coast, I truly hope that one day you will be able to come and truly experience and enjoy the Amalfi Coast, because it is truly one of the most special places in entire Italy. After this reasonably abundant breakfast, it was time to embark on the adventure of the day, which of course involved taking a ferry to the island of Capri. Now all we needed was for the ferry to actually show up. Positano is known for the ferries to be either very late or very cancelled. So in our case, the ferry is very late. Thank God it's not cancelled, but we're so excited.
We'll get there at some point.
We'll get there at some point.
Swimming, maybe.
But we're so excited because today we're doing the most romantic thing any couple can do on the Amalfi Coast, which is
The boats.
the boat. We are going on the boat around Capri, and you hear it? It's coming. You hear it, guys? You hear it? You're literally with us in the middle of action, but we're so excited. We're going to take you with us and show you the Amalfi Coast from the water. Arriving into Capri never gets old. The dramatic cliffs rising straight from the sea, the turquoise water, the colorful boats in the harbor. It's one of those places that somehow manages to live up to the hype. Now most people arrive in Capri and immediately head into town. But after organizing countless trips here over the years, I can tell you that one of the best ways to experience the island is from the water. Of course, you can wander through the boutiques and stop for a gelato, but it's only once you're out on the boat that you really begin to appreciate just how spectacular Capri actually is.
right, fabulous. I know everyone wants to see the Blue Grotto, but honestly, with years, it became so chaotic, so touristy, and in my opinion, it's just such a waste of time. You have so many hidden coves, hidden grottos, like look at this one. The Heart Grotto, there is the Green Grotto, there is the White Grotto. There are so many stunning grottos that are truly worth your time. Instead of spending hours in line just waiting to get inside the Blue Grotto, and depending on the weather, you don't even know if you're going to be able to get inside the grotto. You can go and spend those precious hours on Capri discovering with your captain those true hidden gems like the grottos, the coves, different hidden beaches. You can swim, you can snorkel. So definitely don't waste your time on Blue Grotto. Go and discover the true hidden gems of Capri. Guys, we haven't even started having the actual meal and Pierre is already eyeing the dessert. But I am so excited to take you to this place tonight and share this truly a hidden gem of Positano, because it is located far, far away from the ultra touristy restaurants on the beach. It's actually located in a small hilltop village above Positano. And to get here, don't worry, you do not have to walk up the steps to get here. They actually send a shuttle to Positano. They pick you up and then take you all the way up. And once you get here, the views are incredible. And the food, guys, you be the judge. So I got myself, of course, linguine with lobster, because when in Amalfi Coast, you have to have some seafood. It's a must, guys. It's like going to Rome and having carbonara or amatriciana or cacio e pepe, or going to Florence and having, of course, a Florentine steak. So in Amalfi Coast, it is all about the seafood, of course, and of course, mozzarella, burrata, stracciatella, all those incredible, delicious, fresh cheeses. And guys, join us. Let's enjoy this beautiful, romantic dinner right above the Positano. This place is 10 out of 10. It is so easy to find a tourist trap in Positano because there are so many people who travel here every single year. And of course, some restaurants, they honestly don't care, just like anywhere. They don't care, they know they're catering towards tourists. But this place truly cares. They truly care, and you can taste it in every single plate, every single ingredient. This place is truly for people who understand food and want to enjoy the flavors and the views.
The ambience. So cool.
Look at the ambience, guys. Guys, Pierre literally just started enjoying, savoring his gelato, and I said, Pierre, we have to show this.
Faster, faster.
He dropped everything, literally, and he took his time to show you how we're about to end our night with the most delicious treats. We have here caramel, salted caramel gelato,
Chocolate,
vanilla, but mainly salted caramel gelato.
Salted caramel on the top.
Exactly, salted caramel on the top, with, of course, whipped cream. And then we have the selection of biscuits. And of course, how can you end a night in Positano without homemade limoncello? They actually brought two for us to
Pistachio cream.
choose from. We have pistachio cream And we have, this is
Orange beans.
orange base, yes. So we're going to switch because I'm not a big fan of pistachios.
Me neither.
Guys, what a perfect wrap up to the first night on the Amalfi Coast.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
The next morning, we got up early for what could easily be one of the most memorable experiences on the entire Amalfi Coast. Hiking the Path of the Gods, one of the most spectacular trails in the entire Italy. We met with one of our local partners who leads this experience for our clients. And almost immediately after setting off, the views began to unfold. Mountain peaks, tiny villages clinging to the cliffs, and the deep blue sea stretching endlessly below. And the further you walk, the easier it becomes to understand why this hike has earned such a legendary reputation. There is something about being up here, high above the coastline, surrounded by nothing but nature, sea, and silence. And that makes the rest of the world feel very far away. Our first stop was at the home of one of the locals, who welcomes hikers onto his terrace for a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice or lemonade. And when I say freshly squeezed from Amalfi Coast lemons, I'm not exaggerating. These lemons are absolutely enormous and unlike anything most people have ever seen before. So we're inside of Ulysses' house, and what can I say? This house is truly a highlight of the entire hiking experience, because here, after you've hiked and enjoyed the most incredible views, you stop here for some freshly squeezed orange juice, lemon juice, and just the most amazing authentic company. You can have a conversation here, share where you come from, and just learn more about the locals and locals' life and all the experiences that they're living. This is just such a beautiful experience, and I'm living it to the fullest every single second. Cheers, fabulous.
Long for those quiet days when the hours drift away. Petals fall on the window pane as the clouds above.
But of course, the highlights didn't stop there. They continued to unfold just like the views. As we made our way along the trail, our guide led us to a picnic table, set up for us in the open air, where we were treated to some of the most spectacular 180-degree views.
Franco,
Sì,
I have a question for you.
tell me.
What made you choose your job, if you can even call it that? Because it's not a job, right?
No,
Exactly. So
for me
what
it
made
was,
you decide to do it?
I tell you, it was feel free.
I understand.
But as beautiful as the scenery was, the real highlight was the food. Freshly made mozzarella, ricotta, homemade pasta, local salami, wine, and tiramisu, prepared by our guide himself. We sat there for over an hour, eating, talking, sharing stories, and simply enjoying one of those moments that remind you why travel is about so much more than just checking places of a list.
Cincin, Napoli Cincin, Aiza Aiza Aiza.
Aiza,
A
Aiza,
cala
Aiza.
cala
A cala, cala, cala.
A costa costa
A costa, costa, costa.
A saluta nostra.
A saluta nostra.
Bravi.
Full of memories and emotions, we made our way to our final stop, the shepherd's home. He welcomed us like a family, poured more wine, shared more food, and told us stories about his life on the Amalfi Coast. He spoke about taking care of the land, looking after his animals, and waking up every morning to some of the most breathtaking views. For him, that alone was enough to feel like the richest man in the world. The afternoon continued with traditional music, local instruments, laughter, and singing. Lots of singing.
You guys know I travel all over Italy, Greece, and France, sharing with you the most beautiful, authentic experiences you can have in these countries. And honestly, this experience today just filled me up with so much joy, so much beauty, so much delicious food, wine, views, authentic conversations with people. I just cannot recommend this experience enough. As soon as you start the path of gods, you literally feel suspended between the mountains and the sea. It's truly a joy for all your senses, because as you walk around, you hear the sounds of nature. You can hear it. The birds, you hear the sounds of nature. You smell different flowers, different plants. I just picked up this wild garlic, and we also smelled some rosemary, mint on the way, watched some walnut trees. I mean, the nature is just all around you, and it is so abundant. Every step you make, there is something to smell, to hear, to enjoy, to see. This is truly one of the most magical experiences you can have on the Amalfi Coast.
These past 2 days reminded me of something I had completely forgotten. That the most precious thing in this world is the present moment, and how rarely we allow ourselves to truly live in it. For years, I trained my mind to live in the future, always thinking about the next thing I needed to do, plan, accomplish, or worry about. And what is so hard for me to admit is that somewhere along the way, I forgot how to live in the now. To truly be present for a conversation, to feel the sunshine on my face, to smell the flowers, to notice the bees collecting nectar. Why are these simple things sometimes the hardest for us to do? And that's why I'm so grateful that experiences like this still exist. Because for a few hours, all that mattered was the trail in front of us, the view beside us, and the people around us who opened their homes and their hearts to complete strangers and welcomed us in. In the next episode, I'm taking you further south, to a place where life still feels beautifully raw and authentic. And I cannot wait to show you this side of Italy. So if you'd like to continue this journey with me, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in Puglia.